Hello all. Today we will discuss some programming questions that appeared in the NIIT technologies. Okay. So let us discuss only the programming questions. For example, a programming question is given here. You can read this question. A for loop is given and actually they are asking the value of temp variable. So if you just see this question, for example, if you are seeing this question, if you are doing the questions in a hurry, what you will do, you will say the final value of temp is 10. But as we know, in the placement company, they are not asking the direct question, yes or no. So similarly here, there is a semicolon after the for loop. If there is a semicolon after the for loop, it means this for loop does not have a body. It means this temp is not contained, or this temp is not there in the definition of for loop, or you can say the for loop and the temp variable both are separate. So here the for loop will work and the final value of I will be 10. When the for loop stops, this temp plus plus will be incremented for only one time. So the final value of temp is this option number E. Okay, so this is a good question. Now we can move to the next question. Another question is given and this is a pseudocode. Okay, it is not written in any specific programming language. So this is a pseudocode. Here in this question is simple. They are asking the final values of x and y variable, but the thing is you have to connect the if and else statement correctly. If you are connecting the if else correctly, then you can easily get the answer. If you wrongly connect the if and else, you will get the wrong answer. For example, here this is the first if, but with this first if there is no else. Okay, now with this if, for example, this if and this else is connected, means only one will execute. Between this if and this else, only one will execute. So the thing is, only one parent if is there and no else is there. With this if, this else is given, and with this if, this else is given. So let us execute it. First, the value of x is 600. Is 600 greater than 0? Of course. So you will go inside this if. Is 600 less than 1000? Of course. Now the value of y will become twice of x, means the value of y will become 1200. Now again you will execute. Now just remember, because this if executed, this else y equal to minus x will never execute. Okay, because this if execute, this else will not execute. Now this will, now the value of x is 600 and the value of y is 1200. Now this thing is executed if x is less than 400. So x is 600. Is 600 less than 400? No. So else will execute and the value of y will become 3 of x, means the value of y is now 1800 instead of 1200. So the final value of x and y is 600 and 1800. So option number B is the answer. Let us move to the next question. Another question is given from the virtual memory and the options are given. So we all know what is virtual memory. Virtual memory means using hard disk as the RAM. Okay, normally swapping in and swapping out of processes is done. For example, you have a 2 GB RAM and you need to run a 10 GB game. So what will happen, because all the game is not loaded at once, first you pass the first level, then the second level, and so on, like this you passes the particular stages or the levels, yes or no. So similarly, let us suppose 2 GB RAM is there, 10 GB game is there. So 8 GB game is stored on the hard disk, 2 GB game is there on the RAM and it is running. When you pass the first stage, let us suppose you go to the second level, then the first 2 GB data will be transferred to the hard disk, means swapping out is happening. Then the next level 2 data from the hard disk is transferred to the RAM, means swapping in is happening. So this is a virtual memory now, you have a less space, you have less RAM, still you can run large softwares, okay, because actually you are using hard disk as a RAM, okay. So here option number A seems to be the good choice, mapping part of the memory to the hard disk and loading memory pages on demand so as to present a much larger view of the memory present as compared to actually memory present. जैसे मैंने पहले कहा, रैम कम है, 2 GB का रैम है, 10 GB का गेम आपको चलाना है, तो हार्ड डिस्क में बाकी डेटा रखोगे, अगर ज़रूरत पड़ेगी तो पुराना डेटा वापस भेज दोगे, स्वैप आउट करोगे हार्ड डिस्क में, और नया डेटा मंगाना है तो हार्ड डिस्क से डेटा ट्रांसफ़र करोगे रैम में, मीन्स स्वैपिंग इन इज अकरिंग. सो ऑप्शन नंबर ए इज़ द आंसर. Let us move to the next question. In this question, normal forms are given. Why normal forms are used? To remove the redundancy, insertion anomaly can be there, updation anomaly can be there, deletion anomaly can be there when the size of table becomes very large. So what we do, we divide the tables into smaller parts. So this is known as normalization. We have first normal form, second, third, we have BCNF also, fourth normal form, fifth normal form, okay. Each normal form removes something. So here elimination of duplicate columns from the same table is done in the first normal form, okay. Just for knowledge, second normal form removes the partial dependency, third removes the transitive dependency. So here first normal form is the answer, okay. Elimination of duplicate columns, and first normal form also says that there should be atomic attributes, okay. Two column name should not be there and atomic attribute should be there. For example, if you want to store first our name, and our name consists of first name and last name, so what we need to do, we need to create a separate first column, first name column, and we need to create a separate last name column. So the answer is option number B, first normal form. This is another question. In relational database, which of the following is false? And these 4 to 5 options are given. Option number A, let us check. A primary key can be composed of more than one column. Of course, you can create a primary key with more than one column. For example, let us suppose we can create a primary key as of first name and mobile number, because mobile number of two persons are not same now. Either we can create a primary key with help of only mobile number, because mobile number is unique. But let us suppose two people are there, that are two students are living in the same house, so they will have the same mobile number. Let us suppose they have a joint family, so in this case redundancy will occur. So what we can do to remove the redundancy, we can create a primary key of first name and the mobile number, okay. So primary key can be big, it is not a single attribute, it can be big, it depends on you. So it is correct, it is not false. Option number B, a foreign key must occur in the refer table. Of course, it means if you want to connect two tables, let us suppose two tables are there, table A and table B. So if I want to connect table A with table B, I have to transfer the primary key of table A to the table B, which is now called foreign key. So they are saying that if there is a foreign key in table B, then it should be present in the table A. Of course, it is present. Two columns should be same na in a table, only then we can connect them. If two columns are same in two tables, in first table we call it as a primary key, in the second table of course we are calling it as a foreign key. So this thing is also correct. Let us check the third option. A primary key of a table always has to be numeric. No, who says that? It should not be numeric. For example, let us suppose, look, the restriction on primary key is it should be unique, it should not be duplicate. It should identify a tuple as unique. It should not identify as a tuple as duplicate, means duplication should not be there. For example, let us suppose our primary key is Aadhaar, which is numeric, but let us suppose you have you are taking passport number as a primary key. So it consists of alphanumeric and digit also, but the thing is, you can create another column. Okay, for example, enrollment number, that has only letters, it should not be numeric. Okay, even if we are taking the passport number as a primary key, still we cannot say it is numeric, it is alphanumeric. Okay, so option number 3 is false. So this is the answer. You can check this question. Let us also discuss the last option. When deleting a row from the table, the primary key of the row should not occur as a referred foreign key in some other table. Look, what this option is trying to say. Two tables are there, table A and table B. Table A has a primary key that is transferred in the table B, which is now called as a foreign key. Okay, so what you need to do here, for example, let us suppose we are deleting the primary key of table A. If we delete it, what will happen? Redundancy or anomaly will happen, because table B is referring to table A. If you delete primary key of table A, whatever is there in the table B will become useless. So they are saying, if you want to delete a primary key of a table that is referring to another table, so first delete the foreign key, then delete the primary key. Okay, do not directly remove the primary key. So this is correct. So only option number 3 is false. Okay, primary key can be alphanumeric, it can be also only alphabetic, it depends. Okay, the only condition is it should identify tuples uniquely, it should not be duplicate. Okay, for example, our Aadhaar number is a primary key, our passport number is a primary key, because it identifies a person uniquely. Two person does not have a same Aadhaar number, two person does not have a same passport number. So this is a binary tree and you need to find the in order traversal, means LMR, left, middle, right. Now this question is talking about the in order traversal of binary tree. Let us suppose the question was find the in order traversal of binary search tree. You all know that the binary search tree in order traversal is always in the ascending order. So in that case the answer can be option A, but here they are asking the traversal of binary tree. So in binary tree there is no such formula or condition. So here we need to identify, or we need to use the LMR property. So here I think the answer will be, first it will be DBE, then FCG and A. So LMR, sorry, it will be D, B, E, then A, then E, then F, C, G. So option number D will be the answer. D, B, E, then A, then F, C, G. Just simply apply the LMR property and you will get the answer. Let us move to the next question. This question is a simple question. Again, pseudocode is given. It is a simple nested for loop. There is a parent loop, there is a child loop. Parent loop will work for one time, child loop will run fully. Again, parent loop will run for one time, then child will run fully. Like this, process will go on and on. Here, the thing is, this s equal to s plus 1 is inside this child loop. But when the child loop stops, this thing is executed. So this s equal to s plus 1 is not inside the child loop. Okay, it is inside the parent loop. So just see this. Here you need to find the value of s. Two loop variables are there, j and k. J belongs to parent loop, k belongs to child loop. So here k is 1 and it will go up to 10. So the thing is, s will be incremented for up to 10 times. Because this is a nested loop, the parent will run for 10 times. So 10 multiplied 10 means 100. So s की value क्या हो जाएगी 100. But take this thing also, take this particular s equal to 1 into consideration also. Here you can see that when the child stops, it will execute for only one time. So child will work for 10 times. So this s also increments the value of s by 10 times. So here s will be 100 and here it will be 10. So 100 plus 10 is 110. So answer will be option number A. You can write the same code inside the compiler, nested for loop, and you will get the option number 110 as the answer. Okay, simple question. Sometimes students are confused in the option number A and in the option number E, 111. So don't get confused. Okay, here the answer is simple 110. If because they are asking the value of s na, let us suppose they are asking the value of k or j. In that case the value is slightly up, but here they are asking the value of s, so there is no confusion. The answer should be 110. This is again a good question. You can read the question. This thing you do not need to read. Okay, just read this line. What is the decimal value of the hexadecimal 1A7? So they are just asking a simple question. Convert the hexadecimal number 1A7 into the decimal number. So you all know the conversion process. Hexadecimal number is 1A7 and you need to convert it into decimal number. So process is very easy. The base of hexadecimal is 16. So just multiply it with the power. 7 multiply 16 to the power 0 plus a is 10. So 10 multiply 16 to the power 1 plus 16 to the power 2. So it will become 256 and it will become 160 and plus 7 because 16 to the power 0 is 1. So you can add this. I think the answer will be 423. Okay, so this option B is the answer. Let me double check it whether it is 423 or not. Yes, it is 423. Let us move to the next question. So these were the programming question and these are the reasoning question. Reasoning question we can discuss in